I'm on the floor, clothes in a pile. Coffee gone cold, been stuck here a while. You stare at the door like it's chained to your chest, but your heart keeps kicking, won't let you rest. It's time to start living again. Get up, get up, get up. My friend, you're not done, this ain't the end. Get up, get up, get up again. Breathe in. Feel it, fill your lungs. You're stronger than what you've been running from. It's time to start living again. Get up, get up, get up again. Start living again. Get up, get up, get up. You're not done, this ain't the end. Get up, get up again. Breathe in. Feel it, fill your lungs. You're stronger than what you've been running from. Start living again. Get up, get up again. You're stronger than what you've been running from. Get up
It's get this train moving, no stalling, no snoozing, wheels turning, fires brewing. Let's get this train moving. Welcome to the Unpadded Pew, where the truth might pinch, but it'll set you free. No fluff, no padding, just real talk, real faith, and real you. Uncle Paul's Unpadded Pew. You might want to tighten that wig and grab your seatbelt, 'cause this ain't your grandma's pew. It's the Unpadded Pew. We ain't holding back, no cushions, no filter, just true. Let's go! Let's go! It's Uncle Paul.
Yeah, that's him.
Telling it all.
No pretend.
Say what you're scared to say. Yeah. And pray while we play.
Hey.
Hey. No cushion, no filter, just true.
Hey. It's another day. Welcome to the Unpadded Pew. This is the place where the truth sits down first and excuses have to stand outside. Around here, we do not sugarcoat life. We talk about the wins, the mess, the lessons, and the truth that sometimes hurt before it heals. Somebody say amen. So lean forward on the pew tonight because we're about to have some real talk. Welcome to the Unpadded Pew. Wow, it's a good day, folks. Let me tell you something. Nobody tells you. This life you're living, it is not a rehearsal. There are no practice rounds. There's no warm-up sessions. There's no let me try again later. This is the show. Right now, right here, right in this moment. But the strange thing about people is this. We live like we have another life waiting in the closet. We say things like, I will start next year. I will try later. I will do it when the time is right. But here's the truth. The time is never going to be perfectly right, folks. Life stays messy. Life stays unpredictable. Life stays complicated. And if you wait for life to get perfect before you start living, you will be waiting forever. So, tonight, let's talk about something dangerous. Perfect timing. Perfect timing. We've been trying to cover this series. On the series is it's time to start living again. Let me find my song. Hold on. I thought I had it queued up. It's coming. It's coming. Here it is.
It's time to start living again. Get up, get up, get up. My friend, you're not done. This ain't the end. Get up, get up, get up again. Breathe in. Feel it, fill your lungs.
It's time to start living again, folks. I love that song. I wrote that song. Thank you. And produced it and put the music to it. It got a little AI help, but I wrote the words. Um, it's time to start living again. So let's talk something dangerous. We say perfect timing. People say this all the time. I'm waiting for the right moment. I'm waiting for the right opportunity. I'm waiting for things to line up. But life rarely lines up, folks. Life is messy. The people who move forward in life are not the ones who waited for perfect timing. They are the ones who moved while things were imperfect. I said it, probably will say it all my life. Old folks used to say, and people got critical, it's not in the Bible, it's not in the Bible. But old folks used to say, they used to say that if you take one step, God will take two. And I understood what they meant. All they were saying is that if you move forward, God's gonna move with you. When you think about those folks that stood at that water, and he said, they got out there, and Moses had that little rod in his hand, and he lifted it up, and the water parted, but look what had to happen. Moses raised his hand, but nothing happened until they made the first step. Nothing happened until they made the first step. I hope I got that story right. Nothing happened until they made the first step. You got to make the first step. The people who move forward in life are the ones who who are not waiting for the perfect timing. They are the ones who move while things were still imperfect. It wasn't perfect, but they moved. You don't get it all right at every time. You're going to fumble over some words like I do sometimes. The people uh, that made it are the ones that started the business while they were still nervous. They wrote the book while they were still unsure. They took the steps while they were scared. I got a book that I need to release. I keep playing around with it, but it's ready. And maybe I'll release it in the next few months. It's called Do It Afraid. Take the leap. Take the leap of faith. Do it afraid. Do it scared. They t- Look, you got to take the leap, even when you're scared. Perfect timing is a myth, folks. There's no such thing as perfect timing. We have movement. Movement is the truth. When we move, that's the truth. So you need to lean forward on that pew for a minute because the next truth might sting a little. Get this. Progress beats perfection. Progress beats perfection. One of the biggest lies people believe is this: I have to get everything right before I start. And I fell into it. God knows I did. I fell into the trap. Somebody said I fell in the trap too. Come on. Yes, I fell into the trap. I was in that point where I had to get everything right before I start. Um, and I'm hard on myself. I want everything to look perfect. I want everything to be the perfect production. Last week, I told you, I got a haircut this week and I got my little shave on. Last week, I looked like a wild man, but I was going to do it. I wasn't going to let anything stop me from broadcasting last week. Nothing. Look, because nothing starts perfect. Nothing. Businesses are messy in the beginning. Dreams are messy in the beginning. Growth is messy in the beginning. Perfection is the enemy of progress, folks. Perfection keeps people stuck. Progress moves people forward. A moving car can turn. A moving car can turn. A parked car cannot turn. So if your dream is sitting in park, tonight might be the night you shift gears. It's time for you to shift gears. Let me tell you something that happened to me one time. It was the book when I was getting ready to write the book. When I was writing the books, not books, books. And I delayed it for a long, 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 long time. I just I just kept delaying it. I kept saying the next year, next week. And I kept telling people I'm writing a book. I'm writing a book. I got so embarrassed I stopped telling people I was writing a book because I already had the book finished and stuff, but I just kept delaying it. And then there came this one day, and I'm gonna tell you what happened. It was around August of 2 years, maybe 2 years ago now, about 2 years ago. It was in August, and I got up that morning and something said, "You're gonna publish a book by your birthday." And I said, "I'm gonna publish a book by my birthday." So I didn't even care. My first book, and I hate to say it that way, but I think people understand what I'm saying. It's called "I Almost Missed My Blessing Because of Fear." Let me just show you. I told you last week I was going to show you the cover this week. So here we go. Here's the two books. The book is, I did not care I was going to publish a book. I said if I had to publish it with all blank pages, I was going to publish a book. Now, it was a few days late from my birthday, but that's okay. I did it. I did it. And that's what happened. I did it. And sometimes we realize that life is not waiting for you. You got to keep moving. You got to keep moving because that's what life does. You got to keep moving because if not, you're going to have. Do you deal with regret or do you deal with courage? Regret or courage? And let me tell you something powerful. Fear is temporary, but regret lasts a lifetime. Fear happens when you try something new. Try something new and bam, fear is going to come and tell you, well, and everything else. You know the story. But regret happens when you never tried. When you've never tried, when you never try, that's when you start regretting things. If you talk to people who are older, ask them what they regret. Oh, come on, I was having a tough time with that word. What do they regret? Most of the time, they will not say, I regret trying. They say, I regret not trying. I regret waiting. I regret letting fear talk me out of it. Regret growing in the space where courage never shows up. Let that sink in for a minute. Here's a chat moment. Let me ask everybody watching tonight, if fear was not a factor, what would you write? What would you start right now? What would you start right now? Put a comment below. Comment in the comment section below. If fear was not a factor, what would you start right now? What would you start right now? What would you try? What would you try? What would you build? What would you change? Sometimes saying it out loud is the first step. That's the first step. Get this, perfect timing is a myth. Movement is the truth. Fear talks loud, but fear lies often. Comfort feels safe, but comfort slowly shrinks your life. And someday, and someday, and someday is the most dangerous word in the English language. Let me land this tonight. This life you are living is not a rehearsal. It's not a rehearsal. This life is not practice. This life is the stage. Right now, right here, right in this moment. You do not get a backup life. You do not get another run. This is your shot. This is your time. This is your moment. So if you got a dream, start it. If you got purpose, walk in it. If you got vision, move on it. Because one day the curtains fall. And before the curtain falls, make sure you can say one thing. One thing. I tried. I moved. I stepped. I lived. I lived. This is not a rehearsal, folks. This is it. Get busy, folks. Get busy. You got this thing. Don't let nobody tell you you don't. Don't let nobody tell you you don't. Get this. I'm not going to be here long tonight. This is a short one. I'll pick up next week. Oh, I'm going to post some stuff throughout the week this week when I get time. But this is not a rehearsal, folks. This is not a rehearsal. God has a lot in store for you. And you just got to get in place. Get in place and trust that everything's going to work out. You know, I said I wasn't going to, well, I'll keep that to myself. But don't let fear steal your moment. Don't let fear steal your moment. Don't let fear steal your moment. Life is not a rehearsal. And love is not a rehearsal either. If you love somebody, tell them. If you appreciate somebody, show them. If something is broken, talk about it. Because time moves. People change. Opportunities pass. And sometimes the words we waited to say never get said. So tonight, do not just start living your dreams. Start living your relationships too. Start living your relationships too. Get it? If you appreciate somebody, tell them why you can. Folks, people are leaving up out of here. And it's good to let somebody know that you love them and that you care about them while you can. If you appreciate folks, show them. Don't let the opportunity pass by. I know recently I've been going through something and I keep getting prompt to do something and I haven't done it. And I will say straight out, I'm moving in pride and ego. And I keep being prompted to take care of a situation that I really don't want to fix. Because I'm tired of being the fixer, folks. I'm tired of being the fixer. I'm always the fixer. Every relationship, friendship, whatever, Paul becomes the fixer. And some days I just don't want to fix stuff. Sometimes I want somebody to fix stuff for me. Why do I always have to fix stuff? And that's what I keep asking myself. Why do I always have to fix stuff? Um, but I keep getting prompted to fix this situation, and I just don't want to do it. And I've been knocked across the head to fix it, and I'm not feeling it. And I don't, maybe there's an urgency for me to fix it for a reason. I don't know. Maybe I won't be here. Maybe they won't be here. Maybe that's my last gift to them so that they don't have to live with the regret of me not talking to them. I'm that important, right? Or maybe something could happen to them and then I'll regret that I never had the opportunity. I had the opportunity that I never took the opportunity. Let's get that straight. I have the opportunity. The point is whether or not I take the opportunity to fix things. Um, and that's a huge thing for me. For me to even be talking about this is, I feel like I want to go get up under this desk right now. But I'm being honest and transparent. And I think that's what we have to do in life. You have to be honest and transparent and be able to say, this is what it is. Um, because that's life, folks. You got to be able to say, this is what it is, folks. And understand that. It's life, folks. And some days I look at it and I go like, wow, but I don't want to have any regrets. I'm really going to think about whether or not I make a phone call this week. I really don't want to do it. My pride is whipping the hell out of me over this. I just don't want to do it. But we'll see what happens. You know, maybe I probably shouldn't have brought it up because now everybody's looking. You're going to want to know, did you fix it yet? And I'll tell them, not yet, not yet, not yet. Eesh. Um, yeah, let's see what I'm saying. But wow, that was tough. That was tough for me to say. Um, yeah, that was tough. Um, yep. Anyways, I probably shared more than I wanted to share on that tonight, so I'm gonna let that go. But you got to start living again. You got to start living again. Because here I go again. Here I go again. Some of us think if we avoid things long enough, those things will disappear. And sometimes we will change jobs, switch churches, move cities, block numbers. But purpose got your forwarding address. You can run from people, but you cannot run from the things that God has placed in your heart and in your life. Sometimes we try to run from our own shadows, but guess what? Your shadow follows you. Your shadow will follow you. Wow, how did I get here today? Um, let me just look at one thing. Yeah, life is awesome, folks. And I don't know. That thing kind of got me though about me not fixing that thing. Why did I bring that up? Darn it. Oh, I'm struggling, y'all. Can't you see my struggle? Boom, boom, boom. I got to get out of my head right now. I got to get out of my head. But anyways, um, live. This is not rehearsal, folks. This is not a rehearsal. This is life. That's why I like talking with you guys, with you folks, I should say. I can't stop using guys and with you folks. That even sounds weird. Um, but this is why I do this. I told you before, I love helping people and sometimes to my detriment. But I'm trusting that everything is gonna work out fine. Um, I believe that we control a lot of our destiny and our actions and movement, and life is telling us to move right now. Somebody else, I'm not the only one that's struggling with a friendship or a family ship or relationship that you haven't spoke to somebody in a while, and you don't want to make the call. Make the call. And I know I'm going to sound like a hypocrite if I don't make that call by next week. I will sound like a hypocrite, but that's okay. Look, forgiveness and processing all of this is a process. It's not an overnight thing. You got to take one step at a time. And when you take that one step at a time, things will start moving for you. Um, things will start moving for you. I believe that sometimes when we hold on to stuff that we should have let go, when we hold on to those things, it can block your blessings. It can block your blessings. I believe that God has some stuff for us that's being blocked when we're not walking in obedience. And when God tells us to do something, we need to do it. Ooh, why am I preaching to myself so heavy today? Anyways, yeah. All right, I'm gonna let this thing go. I am going to let this thing go. Um, yeah, I'm gonna let it go. Whew. All right. Since I opened the door, here I go. I'm gonna play with it a little bit. Oh boy. I don't know how I got into this tonight. This was not where I needed to be. Get this. We use this word we use this word called forgiveness. We throw it around like it's like it's cheap. But the truth is forgiveness is expensive. It costs something inside of you. And let me just break it down. What forgiveness really is. And I'm preaching to myself here, so y'all bear with me. Forgiveness is releasing the debt. Releasing the debt. Somebody hurt you. Somebody lied on you. Somebody betrayed you. Somebody embarrassed you. Forgiveness is saying, I will not keep trying to collect payment for that pain. Woo! Mm. Forgiveness is saying, I will not keep trying to collect payment for the pain. Ooh. Ooh. Wow. Forgiveness is about freedom, folks. When you carry anger long enough, the person who hurts you moves on with their life. But you are still carrying the weight. Stop carrying the weight. Forgiveness does not mean the wrong was okay, folks. It doesn't mean what they did was okay. You can forgive someone and still say that was wrong. Life is not a rehearsal. It's real, folks. That hurt me. That cannot happen again. Forgiveness is not reconciliation. People confuse the two all the time. Forgiveness is letting go of the poison. It's letting go of the poison. And reconciliation is rebuilding the trust. And those are two different processes. Now, what forgiveness is not pretending that it did not happen. It happened, folks. Forgiveness is not letting someone keep hurting you. Forgiveness is not silence. And forgiveness is definitely not forgetting. Sometimes forgiveness simply means I release this, but I also learned who you are. Oof. Mm. I release you. I release this, but I also learned who you are. Ooh. Why forgiveness is hard? Because pain does something to your memory. You can forgive someone and still feel the ache when you remember what happened. Let me say that again. You can forgive someone and still feel the ache when you remember what happened. Forgiveness is a process, not a single moment. Some days you feel free, some days the wound speaks again. Here's the truth that most people do not say. Sometimes the hardest part is this: you may forgive someone and they never apologize. No explanation, no accountability, no closure. That is when forgiveness becomes an act of personal healing rather than uh, a relationship repair. It's for you. It's for you. You're not trying to repair a relationship in that case. You just say, I need to heal. I need to heal. The quiet power of forgiveness. When you truly forgive, the anger stops controlling your day. The story stops owning your identity. The past stops speaking louder than your future. You do not excuse what happened. You simply decide it will not rule your life anymore. Put a pin in that for a second. Forgiveness does not change the past, but it changes the weight you carry into tomorrow. I wasn't going here tonight. I don't know how I got here. I don't know how I got here. Let me land the plane. I land the plane twice tonight. Some people will never apologize. Some people will never tell the truth. Some people will keep talking, keep spinning, keep dragging names through the mud. But here's the part nobody likes to hear. You still have to decide what kind of person you are going to be. Not based on what they did. Not based on what they said. Not based on how loud the story gets, but based on who you choose to become after the damage. Because if you keep carrying that anger, that betrayal, that humiliation, then the person who hurt you is still controlling your life long after the moment passed. Forgiveness is not saying they were right. Forgiveness is saying, I refuse to live trapped in yesterday. I refuse to let bitterness write the rest of my story. I refuse to carry the weight that does not belong to my future. And sometimes forgiveness looks like this. You pray for them from a very safe distance. You wish them peace from another zip code. You release the anger, but you also release access to your life. Ooh, doggy. Because forgiveness does not mean returning to the same table that poisoned you. Oh, glory, glory, glory. Let me say, forgiveness does not mean returning to the same table that poisoned you. Sometimes forgiveness is simply standing up, dusting yourself off, and saying, you do not get to control my spirit anymore. And that right there, that is not weakness. Oh, mm, that's freedom. That's freedom. That's freedom. Whew, my goodness. Oh boy, I don't know what to say after that. I don't know what to say after that. That was deep. That was deep. Anyways, thank you for coming to the Unpadded Pew. We're going to keep talking about this thing. You got to keep living again. You got to keep living again. And I thank God for that tonight. Let me find my song. I want to play it a little more.
Stronger than what you've been running from. Get up
Look, before you get up from this hard wooden seats tonight, let me leave you with something to carry out of here. Life will hand you moments that feel unfair. People will say things you never said. Stories will grow legs and run faster than truth. And sometimes the loudest voice will sound like they are winning. But listen to me carefully. Noise is not victory. Noise is not victory. Just because somebody is talking doesn't mean that they're telling the truth. And just because the crowd is watching does not mean the crowd understands the story. From this unpadded pew, we deal with something different. We deal with truth, accountability, and peace of mind. We cannot control every rumor. We cannot answer every accusation. We cannot chase down every person who has an opinion. But we can control, you can control your spirit. You can choose not to become bitter. You can choose not to live angry. You can choose not to let mess, somebody else's mess turn into your identity. Sometimes the strongest thing a person can do is stand up, walk away from the chaos, and say, I know who I am. I know what I did, and I know what I did not do. From the unpadded pew, we remember something simple. Truth does not panic. Truth does not scream. Truth does not need 20 microphones to survive. Truth just stands there and waits. And sooner or later, the noise runs out of breath. So as you leave the pews tonight, carry this with you. Do not let the noise steal your peace. Do not let the chaos rewrite your character. And do not let someone else's confusion become your burden. This has been a moment from the Unpadded Pew, Uncle Paul's Unpadded Pew, where the seats are hard, but the truth sits straight. Y'all have a good evening. And I trust that everything will be well when we meet again real soon. Real soon. Really soon.
This here is free. It don't cost you nothing to subscribe. Comment, like, and share. Hey, this here is free. It don't cost you nothing to subscribe. Comment, like, and share. Don't let me have to say that again. You hear me? I said, did you hear me? I will see you again next time. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for hanging out with me. You mean the world to me. I will see you again next time. Thank you. Keep your head up, keep your